First customer of the day. We got a spicy little smallie. He almost got out of there. Woo! Barely got him. Well, at least we know our story's working. Now we gotta go find his mama. The most important part, the most important thing in fishing with the fluke is to make sure you have a fluke on your line. So we're going to take this wacky rig and set it down here and get my fluke, and we'll go back at it. So when we're fishing with this fluke, what we're trying to do, you kind of got to understand the way a bass thinks, and even down to the temperament. Basically, a bass is a cranky old, except for it's a cranky old woman. That's as strong as a man. I know that sounds weird, but dude bass, they call them buck bass, are small, and the females are the big strong ones, and they are just temperamental, hateful things. You can make them mad by trying to make that bait go away, and they'll just hit it just to make sure it didn't go away. Kind of just how they're built. That's why you can fish for them with a real wild action. Now they're moody, like anything else, and that's part of fishing as well, is trying to figure out what mood the fish are in. We tried a slow presentation this morning already and didn't do well, so that's why we decided to go to a little quicker moving fluke. The water's really clear, so we're using, look how close the color of that is to the water. In super clear water, you try to don't use a lot of glitter. You use glitter and those crazy looking colors when the water's really murky. But we're just going to cast this out there just like it's a fish that's dying. These things fall about 1 foot per second. So if you know how deep of water you're in, kind of count that many seconds down. We're fishing in 6 feet of water right now, and so we're going to let it kind of fall to the bottom. Keep an eye on your line. A lot of times you'll catch a fish on the fall, or when the bait is going down. And the story we're trying to sell is, I'm a poor little sick minnow just falling to my death. And it's a really good opportunity for a bass to get a good meal cheap. And that don't sell it. We're going to let him hit the bottom, and then we're going to go jerk, jerk, jerk. Like, ha, just keep, oh, gotta get away. Like the minnow saw the bass coming and was like, no, I'm not ready to die. So you're going to swim, 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 swim. And that's when you get that reaction bite. At least that's the story we're trying to sell. That little that little buck bass, that little smallmouth back there that we caught. He believes my story and my acting. We'll see if we can get another one.
Oh, another bronzeback. Woohoo! Burnt, burnt, burnt. Another one bites the dust. All right. Right in the top of the mouth. Wonderful, wonderful, beautiful. A little bit smaller than the other one. Gotta pee. Checking for milk. Anyways, that's how you do it on the fluke. See how, look at him all rared up. I'm gonna fight you. I'm gonna fight you. Punch you in the mouth. That's what I'm gonna do. You got it. You got it. Oh yeah, hit the last laugh. All right. Got something else I just thought of. I thought you guys might like to know. You know where our pliers are? Okay, we don't need it. So, we got a problem here. We're catching fish. We got this thing that's been tore all to pieces. And where we put the hook through is no longer holding. Now, I've got a whole bag full of these, but I'm gonna pretend that I don't. This is the last one. This is what we're catching fish on. To extend the life of this thing a little bit, if you got a pocket knife or pliers or something, even if you don't have nothing, you can just bite it off. We're gonna cut this thing off like right there. Let's see if we can do that. Salty. Now, we're gonna do the same thing that we did before. Right through. We'll see if we can still catch fish on it. I don't know. It seemed to be a good color combination. Put that right back up there. See where it needs to come through. Oh, okay, looks like it needs to go through right there. Oh, okay, let's put it right there. Bingo! Now we're back on the trail for some more mama bass. Also, we've been catching more bass. For some reason, this thing hadn't been falling far enough, fast enough. It seemed like the fish that we were catching was a little bit deeper. So I just tied on a real small split shot, didn't tie it on, clipped it on. And that's making this thing fall a little bit faster. The last two fish we've caught have been on the fall. Remember, that's the first story we're telling. We're writing a movie here. And the script says, I'm a sick and dying minnow. Oh no, all the way down. If you cast that or tell that story to no audience, it doesn't matter. You've got to have an audience. So that's what we're looking for when we're making the cast. Where's a dock post? Where is a rock? Where are these bass in the bleachers just waiting on me to tell my story? The first story is, I'm a dying minnow. Easy meal, come and get me. If they don't fall for that, again, we're gonna start twitching, and that is this minnow saying, but I got a little life in me and I'm going away from you. And sometimes that upsets them or triggers a reactionary, kind of like when you bro check somebody and they punch you in the mouth. That's kind of what you're doing to the bass. It's a lot of fun. Let's go see what we can do. Yeah. Sold it. Look at this hog. Look at that rock. This is a good one. Golly. Ain't nothing like a smallie. It's a good day. So, learned something on this one. I just switched my rod out. I was fishing a 7-foot rod. Get some space here. I was fishing a 7-foot rod, 7.3 on the retrieve, which is a very fast retrieve. I switched over to my slow cranking. I need the pliers there. Never mind, I got it. Let go. He was still trying to eat that thing. Switched over to the shorter rod, slower retrieve. And this was the second cast. Picked up that girl. Pretty bass. Let's do it again. Come on now. Right there, that Doc. Another smallie. Boy, I sure do love fishing with the fluke. Right there. Woo! He almost got off of that. Numero trace. How about that? Good looking fish. Good looking fish. Right under that dock. Let's turn him loose. What do you say? Watch him. He's so mad. Look at them gills. Look how mad. Golly. You ever seen when somebody gets mad at you? They're just like, argh. That's what those bass, when they flare their gills out like that, they're just like, rigging these things up. It's like to lay the hook on top of it just to give me a good visual as to what in the world I'm trying to do. And that's kind of how we want it to go. So it's just like when you're little and you were just like tracing, you put the tracing paper down. So we're going to just look at that thing and say, okay, so this hook's got to go in about that far and then down. All right, so let's do that part first. We're going to come in about that far, right through the nose, and then straight down. See that, okay? Whoop. That's about right. Let's see if it is. If it's not, we'll do it again. Oh, cool. So now, it's laying right there. So this needs to go through the body. I'm gonna put my thumb right there. That's about where it is. So I'm gonna mark it with my thumb. And we're gonna go straight through, just bend that bait. Go straight through. I said straight through, ding dong. Come out, straight through into my thumb. Look at there. This is exactly where we wanted it. And we got a little secret sauce right here. And I know it's a crawdad, and this ain't a crawdad, but that's okay for today. That's all I got. Now, this stuff right here kind of gets white and pasty underwater. I think it screws up the way this thing looks. So on a fluke, I like to put it down here and just kind of like licking an ice cream cone. Because that way it's not seen very much. It's not on the side, it's not all over the back. But it's it's to be smelled, not seen, and so I just like to hide it in there. Yep. So here it is. We're signing off. We fished as long as we could. I'm about to starve half to death. I'm done. Noah caught that big smallmouth right at the end. And it was a wonderful day. Five big bronze backs. Well, one of them was little. I'm not gonna say he was big.
But we finally got them figured out, and that's kind of what you guys need to do when you're fishing. Head out there with an open mind, try to figure out where the bass are and what story they want to hear, and then tell it to them, and you'll fill your bag there full of big bass. Catch you next time.